Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining WorkSource and the Apple STEM Network for today's Meet the Employer. We are so thankful to have Ashley Stuckey, Human Resource Manager with the Lamb Weston in Quincy. Ashley will be sharing some great information about their career opportunities in Quincy, Washington. Before we dive in, I wanted to share how this Zoom event will work. To keep the noise level to a minimum, all microphones will be muted during the presentation. At the end of the presentation, we will have some dedicated time for questions. You will have the opportunity to share your questions through the chat feature by clicking the chat button on the bottom of the screen or by raising your hand. We will call on folks who raise their hand and enable their audio so they can ask their question. For anyone joining on Facebook Live, please use the comment section to ask your questions that you may have. Now, it is a pleasure to turn it over to Ashley Stuckey with the Quincy Lamb Weston to introduce herself and kick off the presentation. Good morning, Ashley.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me today. Well, I'm really excited to talk a little bit about Lamb Weston, some of the openings that we are out looking for to fill immediately, and really just excited to kick this off here. So my name is Ashley Stuckey. I'm the HR manager at our Quincy location. We do have some locations very close to Moses Lake. In addition to our Quincy facility, we have one plant in Warden, another in Connell, but overall we're a worldwide company. So we are a leading supplier of frozen potato products. So we are processing potatoes and making French fries, hash browns. Some of our plants do mashed potatoes, but we primarily focus on processing potatoes. We do have one farm that's down in the Tri-Cities area or in Patterson that does a few other vegetable products, but primarily working on supplying French fries, and they're going global. We did start back in 1950. It was a very small farm centered around the Northwest region. We do deliver French fries to more than 100 countries worldwide. Something that's really specific to the Quincy plant is we primarily do export. So we are servicing a lot of customers that are in the Pacific Rim, some in the Middle East, and it's really just goes back to how close we are to the Port of Seattle. And so that's something that's really special about Quincy's customer base. Really, our philosophy is to do good, to minimize the impact of the communities, the environment that we're working within, and to leave the smallest footprint possible. We have a whole team of environmental folks that really help on the sustainability of our business. One item is water. We use a lot of water, so we have a group that definitely focuses on those different types of impacts we can make on the environment. And we are a global business, so we do have some operations in China. We have some partnerships with some groups over in Europe, and we also are continuing to expand. So we're seeing some pack plants over in the Australia area, and we're continuing to grow every day. So we do have a diverse team of just over 7,000 people, and it's growing each and every day. So getting started at Lamb Weston, I will say that we have a really competitive benefit package with each of the positions that we hire for. So full benefits, medical, dental, prescription, vision, a lot of career development. So we are continuing to hire and promote from within. One item that's really important to us is making sure those that are in our leadership roles understand the processing that goes into our product and understand the quality specifications. And so we prefer to promote from within and help people continue to grow in their careers here at Lamb Weston. We also offer paid time off, paid holidays, so many different other benefits, depending on the roles, different retirement packages as well. And so those are some of the benefits for choosing a career here with Lamb Weston. Safety is a really large goal for us. I can't even say it's a goal. It's a priority. It's a core value. It's something that we really speak to. Our priorities can change every day, but core values are something that requires constant focus regardless of what's happening on a given day. And I will say great communication. So it's an open work environment. It's really normal for people that are working and just starting out with a team to get to meet different leaders of our organization. And that might mean leadership within just our plant operations or leadership from our corporate side. And so It's really cool to get to see different members come and visit the plant here in Quincy. They're doing that with all of our plants, but really a great team to work with where you can step into someone's office, ask a question, and share ideas. So that's a really cool piece about our business. We are definitely in a period of growth. We've had, I know, a lot of different businesses in our communities that have had some downtime due to just the COVID restrictions over the last 12 to 18 months. And we've continued to stay operational during that time. It's been challenging as far as just making sure that we can still build the business. And so that's why you'll see a lot of different jobs posted. We're wanting to add to our team. We're continuing to grow. As restaurants have started to open back up, we have a lot of orders to fill. So that really goes into why we have all those jobs posted right now. We've got customers expecting some product, and we've got a really heavy run plan that we want to help meet in order to get that product out to those individuals. We do have a large blend of new employees and long-term, but I will say specifically our Quincy plant, we have celebrated some very long tenured years of service. I just handed out a service award for 40 years of service, and I wish people could see how cool that is. It's pretty normal here in Quincy to hand out 20, 30, 40. We just recently had a 50-year service award, which is just amazing. And I really think that goes to show where people want to spend their time and how many individuals have chosen to choose Lamb Weston here in Quincy. So that's been a really cool piece. So what are we looking for? We have some leadership positions currently open. We also have some entry positions open. So we're looking for a little bit of everything. As far as our entry-level roles, you'll see that we hire for general labor. And that really goes back into we want to promote from within. And so a general labor, we're looking for someone that has some good employment history, spent some time learning some other jobs, but they could also be someone that's fresh out of school. We accept a diploma or a GED, but sometimes if we can see someone who's had good employment history, that's not necessarily a requirement. And we are looking for someone who's a team player. I will say that our business is 24/7, and so with that, we do have 3 shifts, and we schedule based on seniority. Looking for individuals that are available to work day, swing, or graveyard. And that may bump around a bit as they're just getting their foot in the door and building some years of service. Overtime is a huge piece in those entry-level roles, so we're looking at someone who's not afraid to put in some additional hours because we do have some required overtime for those roles. We also have some operational roles available. We're looking for individuals that have maybe a few years of experience in those given industries. If it's a team leader, production, that's one of our entry-level supervisory roles. And so someone that either has a 4-year degree in management, in biology, there's a lot of different degrees out there that can help translate into our business. But we're also looking for some leadership qualities. So someone that's either led a team through some college sports or maybe different college kind of group activities, those types of things. A lot of those different items can translate to leadership, even if someone doesn't necessarily have a leadership-based job. They weren't managing a team or leading a team. Operations or manufacturing background is definitely preferred, but again, really just looking for individuals that are able to lead a team, be influential, and provide some direction on daily duties. So a few of the jobs that we have available, I talked about that general labor position. That's really a stepping stone in order to promote into other jobs like our forklift drivers, our package operators, our fryer operators. So general labor would help get someone into those opportunities. We're also looking for some maintenance professionals. They could be working on our prep side, on the wet side, on processing, working on equipment, or they could be on the packaging side with a little bit more PLC experience. And oftentimes those individuals are coming to us with a 2-year degree or some years of service experience working on some cars. Sometimes is one item that really comes up, someone who's mechanical savvy. We are looking for a food safety and sanitation manager currently, someone that has some food safety background, definitely someone with a 4-year degree, maybe some sanitation experience at a prior food processing plant. Those are some items that would set that person apart. We do have an opening available for a boiler and refrigeration mechanic. So we are requiring that person to have gone through HVAC schooling, so maybe a 2-year college program in our area. I know Big Bend, not Big Bend, but Wenatchee Valley has a program that a lot of our individuals complete and then come over here to Lamb Weston. And we currently are looking for a fork operator as well. I believe we have 2 openings available for that. So no one needs to have necessarily certifications from an outside entity. We do all of our training in-house. So if someone has some forklift experience prior, that's definitely preferred, but we're still going to put someone through our internal training program here at the plant. We are looking for a control electrician, a material planning coordinator, so that individual is helping order our raw products. So they're working with our field team and assisting in bringing that raw on site for processing. I spoke a little bit about our team leader production role. So someone that has some leadership experience prior, has led a team or has led a group of people. Generally, that person has a 4-year degree in, biology. So something in the sciences or something on the business side as well can also apply really well. And then an operations support specialist. So we are looking for a part-time individual to help support our HR office here. So this is an unusual role. We're definitely just trying to amp up and assist with all the additional work that's been going on for the last couple months. So if anyone is interested in any of these positions, all of them can be found on our website, lambweston.com/careers. We also have our applications or our links online with WorkSource. And then always, if anyone has any questions about openings and would like some more information, feel free to call our office, and my number is right there as well. Definitely looking at adding to the team and happy to answer any questions that people may have out there.
Now it's time for us to open up for questions. Please feel free to type any questions you have in the chat box or unmute yourself and ask away. Just as a reminder, if we have anybody joining us on Facebook Live, please feel free to type your questions in the comment section.
Ashley, I do have a question. Can you tell me what the starting wage is for your general laborers?
Yeah, so it's generally right around 15. I can get you a very quick answer here. So $15.84 is where our GLs start here at the plant.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And I do see one other question. Are you able to hire people who have been touched by the justice system or who have something in their background in their past?
We do a background and a drug screening prior to hire, but my recommendation would be to still apply. That doesn't necessarily mean that that individual may be screened out. We have our own standards internally. Definitely apply.
And I'm not seeing any questions on our Facebook Live. Just a reminder, if anyone has any questions they would like to ask Ashley, now it would be a great time to do that. You can either unmute yourself and just ask the question, or feel free to type that in the chat. And if anyone is joining us on Facebook Live, you can feel free to type that into the message box on Facebook Live, and we will get an answer for you.
Actually, we have a question. How long have you been with the company?
I have been here just over 5 years.
And then there's a few that have been coming through. How old does someone have to be to apply?
We do require 18 or over in order to apply. Great question.
And then what type of training certifications does a packaging mechanic need?
So generally, applicants that we've had join our team have had a 2-year associate's degree in maintenance activities. I know sometimes we've had candidates with industrial maintenance degrees. If someone doesn't have that, but maybe has some years of service, we've also had individuals that work as mechanics in the auto industry, and that skill set has translated really well. So either a 2-year degree in some sort of mechanical field or some years of experience in some other type of maintenance capacity.
And then do you have seasonal positions?
We do not. So our positions are full-time year-round. I did reference that one operations support specialist that is a part-time role, but is a permanent part-time. We generally do have 1 or 2 positions mid to late summer that are working with our field team and managing the scale house. But again, those are just 1 to 2. I know that sometimes surprises people. They think we're a seasonal business, but we are running year-round.
Hey, Ashley, this is Greg from Wenatchee Valley College. Can you hear me?
Yes, I sure can.
Hi. I want to say the last couple of years, because of the labor shortage with skilled technicians, and I teach refrigeration at the college. Cesar, Jose, some of the people, I'm not sure how you do it, but it's working well. They go to school full-time and work full-time, and your managers in the refrigeration boiler department or boiler refrigeration, they work with a flexible schedule. So I want to compliment the managers for the boiler and refrigeration and the maintenance, because a lot of times they'll promote someone from the floor on the premise. They'll go to school, and then they work full-time, go to school full-time, and maintain really good grades. So I don't know, is that working for you? From my perspective,
it is working for us, yes, and that's great feedback to hear. Those 2 individuals we referenced, they've been doing an awesome job, and it's great because they had a lot of the experience on that prep side, on the processing side, and were able to then step into the maintenance department. So I'm glad to hear it's going well from that angle too.
Yeah, I think they're about to graduate or they're real close. So I just wanted to make sure we keep that relationship up. And I tell people, get your foot in the door on the maintenance, general labor, and then ask to transfer. I don't know, is that how it works internally? They can ask to be transferred on the premise they go to school?
Yes, and we have a tuition reimbursement program. So those individuals are having their schooling oftentimes reimbursed. We have one other individual that's doing that on the electrical side as well. So that's been really great.
Okay, good. It's good to hear, because we try to work with advisory communities, and we do have a representative from your company that's involved with our advisory committees, but we want to know that it's working. It's because it's a good stepping stone to go from one part of the department at the company to boiler refrigeration. And the wages, I don't know. Can you tell us what the wages are for boiler refrigeration?
Yeah, so someone who's joining our team, maybe they've gotten that 2-year degree, and so they're stepping in what would be called a maintenance 2 role. They're starting at $22.33 or $23.37, and then they're able to promote from there. We do have some individuals who had their schooling, they were just getting started on the schooling, so they may have started just below that and then are still making those step advances.
Yeah, it seems to be working. So I'd like to keep supporting you at the same time, keep students in school. It really works best if they can get hands-on work and go to school. And it's hard on them, but they seem to learn a lot. So compliments to your staff.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Yeah, we want to keep that partnership going. It's been really great.
And Ashley, can you let us know about what the distance is between Quincy and Wenatchee?
Yeah, so Quincy, Wenatchee, I believe just about 30 minutes. I'm not sure on the mileage there. And so we do have a large group of individuals that commute from the Wenatchee area. We also pull quite a bit from Ephrata, Soap Lake. I'm someone who drives from Moses Lake. It's not a terrible drive. It's a good cool down at the end of the day, and it gets your game plan going in the morning. I know that could be a large drive for somebody, and so also our Warden plant. If Quincy's not the right move for someone just because of that distance, Warden also has openings that would be on the Lamb Weston website.
Perfect, thank you.
Ashley, we have a few questions in the chat here. I had it was, can you do the job training for any of these positions?
So asking what the job training would entail?
So my question was, do any of these positions qualify for on-the-job training?
You know, that is not a program that we've really dove into too often. I know we've done it once in the past. So no, we're not set up for that today, but we definitely could look down that path.
And if there was an individual from high school, what career path or what piece of advice would you offer for students if they wanted to work for Lamb Weston?
Oh gosh, someone fresh out of school, I think come to Lamb Weston, start out, learn the business. There's a number of different opportunities that someone could promote into. Different, skilled positions like package operator or prep operator. Those could lead to a lead on their shift, which definitely has more earning power. But really, it comes down to coming to work and being consistent. I'd say the one thing that is really shocking to me of being someone in an HR office is people that don't arrive to work on time, ready to go, ready to learn, and that's really unfortunate. That would be something that holds them back. So hit the ground running, ask questions, be present, and it can go a long way.
And what kind of career path or classes can they take that would help them land a job here?
So if it is someone that has their sights set on a supervisory role, maybe that team leader production, really getting some college education completed. Maybe that's on the leadership side. We have a lot that have business degree background. Maybe it's management. We've got some with economics. It really doesn't matter. Just showing that consistency, that drive. If it's someone that's looking to become a lead, just some leadership classes would be excellent. That would give someone an edge.
Perfect. And what do you like best about working for Lamb Weston?
So I think my role is very interesting, and it's not the same thing every day. So my job is to come to work and figure out what is holding the team back from doing their job. And that could be assisting the production team. That could be jumping in and helping the maintenance team with an issue. Definitely it's doing some of that hiring, that labor relations piece, making sure the employees out in the plant feel supported. But every day is a little different, and it's cool to get to throw a hard hat on and go check out what's going on during the day out there. So being the HR partner is definitely dynamic, and I think that's what I enjoy the best is no 2 days are the same. And I'm going to learn about the team's challenge out there and try to help them find a way to solve it. So it's definitely interesting each and every day.
Thank you. Do you offer internship or job shadow opportunities?
We do not. I can speak that we do have a tuition reimbursement program. So Greg had mentioned that we have some individuals that are out doing their schooling during the day and coming back to shift when they're out of school. And so those individuals are having their schooling reimbursed. They were someone that had a little bit of years of service with us. Our current standard is 1 year of service. We want to make sure it's a degree program that makes sense for them to grow with the business. But in that case, we're working with that person to help them get to that next level. So that is something that
the college does have a work experience internship program through Randy Mitchell in the continuing ed department. I'm not sure exactly what department it is, but we do have a relationship. So the college students, for instance, at your facility can earn 8 college credits for their work experience. It's sort of like a nursing clinical thing. Also, I want to plug with ConAgra and Lamb Weston and the big companies, promotion is really an opportunity. So people get their degree, like process safety management. I know you promoted one of the guys internally. I forgot his name, but he does process safety management, whereas previously he had done refrigeration, which is really cool. So they can stay make more money and do a different job or transfer to a different location because it's a big company.
Yeah, and I would mention if someone's willing to move a bit as well, especially when they're looking at those different leadership roles, it really opens their career opportunities just because of how many plants we have available.
Does anybody else have any other questions at this time?
And I'm not seeing anything on Facebook Live at the moment.
Tammy, I was going to ask Ashley, Tammy, who organized this event? Was this an event done through Tammy and the school district? Or was Ashley, did you organize this?
It's actually a collective group. So WorkSource Okanagan and the North Central Educational Service District, we've partnered together on hosting all of these events. So.
Okay. Well, the reason I asked. Go ahead.
No, Greg, I was just going to say this one specifically was the Central Basin WorkSource worked directly with Lamb Weston to set this up.
Where I was going here is the high school kids, the young people, 16, 17, the career searchers, where they're not really sure they want to go to the university. Big Bend, Wenatchee Valley College, the community college system is a good alternative, especially when they get their foot in the door. I've had really good success with students from Big Bend and Wenatchee Valley College. That a young man that works at the plant now, Ashley, he took automotive, then he came and took some refrigeration. I forgot his name. I've had so many students, but he works at the plant. And he started off as a mechanic, and then he took the refrigeration. They transferred him into boiler refrigeration. What I'm saying here is that I think the high schools, a lot of times, we need to sell to the high school kids. They don't have to get that baccalaureate to get good jobs. I mean, $23 an hour is not a bad starting wage for a 2-year degree.
Yes. Thank you, Greg, for that piece. Very important.
Oh, Ashley, again, because my students, I get to know them well. Cesar had a new baby last week, still going to work, still managing school. He was doing his homework from Zoom. And he's got a car payment and a house payment. Very responsible young man. I forgot his last name, but he probably didn't tell anybody at the plant he had a new baby. But this guy sent me a picture of the baby. He said, "Hey, I'm going to be late for school." I said, "Take the day off, be a dad." But here he is, 23 years old, has a job, works, go to school, and maintain. And he's probably been going to work at the same time. My compliments to, again, I think that relationship with community, and they're born and raised Quincy kids. So young, they're not kids, they're 23 years old. But I think that's important that we toot our horn to say, hey, we're getting the high school kids to go into the technical skills. We just need more of the career placement at 15, 16, 17 years old. That's all.
Yeah, that's a really good call out. And I know one area we haven't spent a lot of time is with the high schools in the area. So that's definitely something that we need to poke into as Lamb Weston and as an HR team here.
All right, so we have any final questions for Ashley? All right, well, seeing none, I think we can go on to the next slide. And
thank you, Ashley.
Thank you so very much for joining us today and for sharing all of this great information about your opportunities at the Quincy Lamb Weston. And we'll just keep going.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
So our local WorkSource staff are always here to help you with any job search assistance that you may need. Please reach out directly to schedule a one-on-one appointment if you would like assistance in applying for any of these positions. SkillSource is available to assist anyone interested in retraining opportunities. You can reach out to them to schedule an orientation at the phone number listed on the slide. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you, Tammy McBride and the Apple STEM Network for your continued partnership with these events. If you're interested in attending a future Meet the Employer, please check out the WorkSource wall calendar or the Apple STEM Network Facebook page to register in advance. Tomorrow at 10 a.m., we will be joined by Rick McBride with the Chelan County Fire District to talk about their resident fire program.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's Career Connect Washington North Central YouTube channel. There you can find all of the recordings for virtual Meet the Employer events, as well as other career panels and Career Connect and Learning resources. I will put that bit.ly in the chat so you can find our YouTube channel.
So thanks to everyone that joined us today on Zoom and on Facebook Live. Have a great afternoon, and thank you again for coming.
And thank you again, Ashley. This was really wonderful.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you all, and I hope you have a great day.
Thank you, Tammy. Thank you, Ashley.